Fine Chinaman here, and today I want to show you a set of china, but I'm going to do it a little differently than usual. Been feeling under the weather the last weeks or so, just bear with me, but I really wanted to show you this example of seconds by Royal Doulton or Royal Albert. What, you really want the intro, huh? Okay, fine. Alright, so let's take a look at this set. I bought this set online. It is a set of 5 of the special luncheon plates from 1991, the limited edition that I showed you before, and 5 cups and saucers, just standard cups and saucers, all made in England, but all factory seconds. So let's talk about the different types of reasons that these could be marked as seconds. It's important to watch for the different flaws as you're buying the china, because sometimes you might not want to make the purchase. I was slightly hesitant to make this purchase because they were seconds. I couldn't really see very well what the flaws were, but since they were the limited edition luncheon plate, I went ahead and made the purchase, and I'm glad I did. 4 out of the 5 luncheon plates are very, very good with only tiny imperfections. The 5th one has a major imperfection, but I only needed 4 to get to a set of 12, so I'm okay with that. The cups and saucers vary in their condition also, and I'm going to talk to you about them and what flaws are there. So the first flaw that you could find is a flaw that I do not have represented here, and that would be if you have a plate and you have a pimple or a dimple in it, where a dimple would be an indentation, a pimple would be a protrusion. The protrusion can break off. The pimple also, if it's not glazed correctly, you can get moisture inside. So those things are something to watch for, and something that I would normally avoid, an imperfection like that. The next one I'll talk about is a gold imperfection, and that's what's wrong with this plate. But this one is extremely minor. Right over here, I don't think you're going to be able to, maybe you can. There's a few little tiny dots in the gold around the edge here, and I can feel it in my finger just a tiny, tiny bit. Usually they're much worse than this. That's a very small, minor one. But this piece, I'm very sure the reason it was marked as a second is gold imperfection. But gold imperfection can be much more significant. This cup right here has significant gold issues. As you could see, first of all, there's what appears, let's focus there, to be a chip right there in the cup. But really, if it is a chip, it happened before the cup was ever decorated. And they just went ahead and glossed over or golded over the dent or chip out of the cup. So they marked this cup as a second. I also see, though, that there are other different varieties different levels of gold. Like you see the gold's really thick here, and then it almost goes away to nothing here, and then it comes back up thick, and then it goes away. So that's another possibility of a reason why it could be marked as seconds, but obviously this dent is the reason for this particular cup. So gold imperfections, normally, unless they're big like this particular cup, they aren't really noticeable. And if you think about it, you use the cup a lot anyway, you're going to have gold wear coming off eventually. So it's not really that big of a deal unless, again, it's a big chunk out of the cup or the plate. The next error or flaw I want to show you is where a pattern does not match up to the gold. This is hard to see, but right here there is a little bit of white that is between the pattern and the gold. And that's why I believe all of the saucers that I got are marked seconds, is because they have those slight gaps between the pattern and the gold, just an error of how it was applied. I'll show you the worst error, or the worst type of flaw that I got in this set, and actually I like it less than the pimple or dimple. It's not quite as dangerous to the integrity of the piece, but the pieces just don't look good with this problem. So here it is. Here's the Number 5, luncheon plate. The other 4 fine, but this one, if you notice up here, the pattern got cut off. It didn't actually go all the way. And you can see it's even like smashed down. It's all gunked up there. If you look over here, you can see what it's supposed to look like and then what it looks like. Alright, so lastly, before we go, I want to show you how to identify them. I may have shown this in a different video, but I'll show it again just in case you're seeing a video of mine for the first time. There's different ways they mark them as seconds. This one, you can see the crown has imperfections. Hear that? They've taken a little chisel and they've chipped out a piece or two of the crown. So that is one way that they mark seconds. But that's not the only way they mark seconds. Let's look at some more pieces. This piece, they scratched right through the crown. Let's see if we have any others here. This piece, they scratched through the crown, but all the way down through, or most of the way through, the Royal Albert label. I've seen some that actually have a vertical line like that. Let's see if there's any more examples here that I want to show you. I know that I have one more that is, well, here's one that goes way down into the label. Actually took the A out of Albert. Royal Albert. But then this saucer here appears to be first quality. See, the crown seems to be intact? Beware. These are very rare to get them like this. Usually the second mark is very very noticeable. This one, though, it's right there. You can hear my finger. It's, oops, went out of focus. It's right above, or right below the crown, right above the words Royal Albert, right in the middle. Little tiny nick. And there's another little nick actually on the side of the crown. But again, this piece, if you took a picture of it and put it on eBay, people would think it's a first quality piece, and you might get in trouble with that because they might say, well, why did you sell me a second? So, just something to be aware of. So as always, if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.